Creating a piece of art has never been an easy task. It takes more than just the blood and sweat of the artist. At times, the artist gets so deeply involved that they get carried away. These movies contain explicit sexual scenes, graphic depiction of violence, the wrongful casting of their central characters to receive funding or directly take on some religious beliefs, giving way to a lot of hue and cry. Here is a list of 5 movies that caused controversy before release. And, just before that, if you are watching this channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon for notifications. Let's get into the video. Number 1. Cannibal Holocaust 1980. Released in 1980, this Italian horror movie is the work of director Ruggero Deodato, aka Monsieur Cannibal. The film follows a team of anthropologists from New York who are on a mission to find another team that went into the Amazon rainforests to film culture and practices of cannibal tribes. Deodato's work was inspired by media coverage of Red Brigade terrorism and documentaries made by director Gualtiero Jacopetti. Deodato was of the opinion that the coverage on terrorism was staged, and that was his core idea behind the film Cannibal Holocaust. A large section of the film is created in the form of lost documentary of the crew's footage. This spawned a new genre of American movies called the found footage genre. Cannibal Holocaust is replete with scenes of graphic sexual violence and several genuine shots of animal cruelty. The film was banned in over 50 countries and censored by many others. So true was the depiction of death scenes in the film that Deodato was charged with murder. He went on to successfully prove his innocence in court, with help from the actors who testified for him, describing the special effects used by him in filming those scenes. In later years, various critics considered the film to be a scathing commentary on the exploitation of third world countries by the developed ones, ethical practices in journalism, and the practices of modern civilization. However, Deodato has categorically denied having any such intentions. Number 2. The Interview 2014. Starring James Franco and Seth Rogen, The Interview is a comedy film in which 2 journalists who have secured an interview with the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, were recruited by the CIA to assist in his assassination. The movie was so controversial that North Korea warned to respond with merciless retaliation if the movie is released. The extreme political backdrop of the movie led some to believe that the movie was a direct attack on North Korea. Just before its scheduled release in 2014, a group of hackers, allegedly from North Korea, hacked into Sony Pictures, threatening to release important documents unless the film was shelved. They later leaked several internal emails, employee records, and a host of unreleased films, such as Still Alice and To Write Love on Her Arms. The hackers also threatened that they would disrupt the premiere of the movie in New York. Their message included a warning for Sony to not produce any movies in the future, angering North Korea. In June of 2014, the North Korean government also threatened the US of repercussions if Sony released the film. Bogged down by these incidents, Sony pulled the movie from the theaters and decided to make it available on VOD instead. The Interview went on to become Sony's most successful digital release, earning $40 million in digital rentals over an worldwide earnings of $12.3 million. Despite a raging political storm, the film received a lukewarm response from the critics and the fans. Number 3. Exodus. Gods and Kings 2014. Ridley Scott's magnum opus Exodus. Gods and Kings is a movie based on the biblical event where Hebrews were exiled from Egypt. They were led across the Red Sea by Moses. The movie got mired in the controversy over its whitewashing of important mythical characters. The film had Christian Bale, Joel Edgerton, and Sigourney Weaver in the leading roles, even though their characters were of Egyptian descent. Scott hired ethnic actors for the roles of slaves, civilians, and servants. Movie fans and critics mounted a social media campaign termed Number Boycott Exartis Movie prior to its release in theaters. The film was banned in Egypt by the Egyptian government on the grounds that the film presents an inaccurate depiction of history. The film also drew a lot of criticism from the UAE government and was not cleared for release in the country. Number 4. Joker 2019. The Joker has long been one of the most loved and loathed comic characters of all time. Audiences at once identify with the struggles of Arthur Fleck's life and are revolted by the murderous turn his character takes before he goes on to become the Joker terrorizing Gotham City. The movie, directed by Todd Phillips, where the character of Arthur Fleck is played by Joaquin Phoenix, showcases the transformation of Arthur from an aspiring comedian to a person who enjoys violence. Even though the film won a Golden Lion at the 2019 Venice Film Festival and went on to get several nominations at the Oscars, it was widely criticized for its depiction of violence and invoking empathy for its lead character. After the film's premiere at Venice and Toronto film festivals, critics categorically termed it as dangerous, disturbing, and toxic. It was also pointed out by many that the film only furthers the idea of finding an excuse for the violent acts of white men. However, despite all the outrage surrounding the movie, it went on to earn over $1 billion worldwide. Number 5. Jojo Rabbit 2019. Written and directed by the celebrated Taika Waititi, Jojo Rabbit is a movie that will keep you in a constant tug-of-war situation. The movie skillfully combines silly humor with a realistic depiction of Nazi atrocities. While this mixed bag of emotion might not appeal to everyone's taste, it sure does spark uncomfortable questions. Based on the events that occurred during the Second World War, the movie hits on people with satire who hate or propagate hate on the basis of ethnicity, a phenomenon which is again on the rise in today's world. The film very shrewdly points out people on both sides of the aisle who are engaged in contempt and dismissal. It proves its point emphatically that there are good people on every side. And that's it for today. If you liked this video, please take some time to tap on like button and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. And also check out our popular videos that are visible on your screen. Meet you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.